This incredible collection of Corvettes is part of a display called Chip's Choice. Chip being Chip Miller, the founder of Corvettes at Carlisle, who passed away some 9 years ago. But the tradition of this display is carried on thanks to his son, Lance Miller, who's now the man behind Corvettes at Carlisle. And Lance, this is just an unbelievable collection of cars, starting with this one right here. I mean, this is the rarest 63 Corvette I think I've ever seen.
I'm with you, Bill. It is an amazing collection. I went with the best of 63s, and this is certainly one of them. When do you ever see a right-hand drive Z06 Corvette? I mean, honestly, you're not going to see it anywhere except Carlisle.
No, and in fact, if there are other ones out there, I don't think they're probably within 1,000 miles of this event, so it's pretty rare. And there's a custom from George Barris in the collection. Tell us about that.
Well, every custom that you see from George Barris is always over the top. This one's no exception. It's unbelievable. You look at it and you really need to wear sunglasses. It's that bright. The metallic is something that honestly I've never seen before. You look at this car, and I saw it in the sun the other day, it was truly blinding.
The next Corvette is really rare.
It's really rare. The Pininfarina Corvette is absolutely amazing vehicle. It's a one-off, it truly is. It's a steel body Corvette. It was based off of a 1963. And I'll tell you what, it's one of a kind, and like I said, with Chip's Choice, we were focusing on the best of. This car fits it perfectly.
And people that come by say, wait a minute, that's not a Corvette, but it's a Corvette?
It is a Corvette. It was designed by an Italian, but hey, nevertheless, it's a Corvette.
Another Corvette in Chip's Choice is one of the rarest option packages available on a 63 Corvette, right?
Absolutely. The Z06 is a big deal in the Corvette world. It was in 1963 when they had it. And they only had 199 optioned that way. So it's a very rare car. Over 3,000 man hours were spent on this particular vehicle to make it absolutely perfect.
The next car we're going to look at is a Z06 that's had the full race makeover.
That's right. That's what they were built for. Z06s were meant to go out and race. Certainly this car fits the bill. I think right now with the side pipes, obviously the roll bar inside, that thing you could hop in and enjoy right now on the track. It's a magnificent car. It's got a great race history, and we're thrilled to have it here. It's really a neat car. And I always love the sound of it, you know? You gotta love the sound of a Z06.
Now there's another full race 63 Z06 in Chip's Choice this year, and this one really has some significant race history.
It really does. The driver alone, Dick Lang, was an amazing person, and at the same time, he was a great driver. He was one of the best back in the day. In 1964, there were 5 vehicles in contention, and this happened to be one of them.
Well, you know, I go back to the 1990s when the fastest street car in America shootout was the big deal for guys that had street legal race cars, and Rod Sabry was one of the big guns. This next Corvette belongs to him?
It does, and I'll tell you what, it's not all about speed. If you look at this thing, it's about perfection. Rod is a perfectionist, and this car shows it all the way to its roots. The car's just built out like you wouldn't believe. 2,400 horsepower. This thing runs 675 in the quarter mile. Think about that. In 6 seconds, you're down a quarter mile. This thing will fly. And the best part is, he'll drive it on the street. And I'll tell you what, if he started this thing up, we'd blow way across this aisle.
Another 63 split window Z06. You can never get tired of these cars, especially with this color scheme.
Oh, absolutely. Sebring silver. It's one of my favorite colors without a doubt. You know why? It shows the lines of this particular vehicle so well. And everybody just absolutely loves this style. I don't think I know one person that doesn't. And I can tell you what, this one's my favorite car, without a doubt, due to the fact the red interior just pops out and hits you. It's a beautiful vehicle and absolutely pristine. You're not going to find a better car than Erwin Croy's Z06 Corvette.
Lance, I know this car. I was at the Mika Muscle Car Auction working for Velocity a couple of years ago, and this automobile sold for $1.3 million.
And it's worth every stinking penny. This car is absolutely magnificent. In the Corvette world, it's at the top. This truly, the Z06 option is probably the best of all Z06 Corvette race cars. I can tell you what, I love the livery of this car. I mean, Gulf Oil, who doesn't love the colors? John Justo made a right choice on buying that particular vehicle.
No doubt, and of course, this car was driven by one of the all-time great Corvette racers in history.
Dr. Dick Thompson. He's a great guy. Fortunately for me, I was able to talk to Dick quite a bit, got to know him, and I can tell you what, he spoke about this car very highly.
Lance, this next car in Chip's Choice is going to take us back to the gentleman we spoke of earlier, Rod Sabry, one of the great street legal racers of all time, but boy, the street machines that he creates are way off the hook like this one.
Oh, this one's great. I got on my knees, my hands and knees, to get underneath and look at this particular vehicle. Rod just nails it every time. This car is so perfect. And the neat thing is he actually put in an LS9 motor. Think about it. What's the best of the best right now, current day? The ZR1 Corvette. Hey, why not put the motor in this car? It's a 63 Corvette. Let's go have fun. That's what Rod decided to do.
Original Corvettes, race Corvettes, street machine Corvettes, everything seems to be represented. And I got to believe if your dad were here today, he'd be pretty proud of the job you've done, Lance.
I think he'd be proud too. I went out, found the best of, and this is it. I mean, you can see it. It's great. And I think he'd be really proud. I appreciate you saying it.
Well, thanks for sharing it with us.
I'm at the swap meet at Corvettes at Carlisle, where over 1,000 vendors are here. It's all about buying, selling, trading, and of course, the barter. And let me tell you, if it's not here, they probably haven't made it. Okay, I love the barter, and Dave, I love this sign, but it says 285. I'm thinking 150.
You know, definitely need more than that.
Okay, 175?
No, to be honest with you, I could take about $25 off of that.
That's it. See, tough barters sold. From old to new, and this is definitely new. Gary, you have just about every type of fiberglass body part for a Corvette. What makes your stuff different?
It's all hand-laid fiberglass. They've been pulled off original parts, so they're about the best fitting part there is on the market.
What makes events like this so special?
It exposes our product to everybody likes Corvettes. They've been here, so they get to come and see it.
Well, it's all about the Corvettes. New, old, obviously this is new, it's beautiful. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
One of the real treats for Corvette Nation this year is going to have Michael Brown joining us on several episodes to take us to some of the most fabulous Corvette collections on the face of the earth. And if you've seen the documentary, The Quest, he's the guy who did it. Michael, you've had a great time traveling everywhere, seeing great collections.
Thanks, Bill. What's more fun than going around the country and the world looking at fabulous Corvette collections? And on Corvette Nation, we're going to show you some you will not believe, including one in Ankeny, Iowa. Now, if you've ever sprayed a certain nationally known brand of weed killer on your lawn, you've helped Dennis Albaugh amass one of the most incredible Corvette collections you've ever seen.
When I built this building, people have told me you never have a big enough garage. Well, I didn't really believe that, so I built this garage to handle 120 vehicles. Today I have 147 in this garage, and it needs to be expanded.
Though the collection in Dennis Albaugh's garage is hardly crowded, a quick look around confirms what he says. If he plans to add any more cars, to paraphrase a line from the movie Jaws, he's gonna need a bigger barn. This almost unbelievable gathering of pristine automobiles acquired by Dennis Albaugh in the last few years offers an astounding array of colors, styles, power plants, and year models. In sheer numbers alone, the collection is almost overwhelming. And there's one more quality most all the cars share. They're Chevrolet convertibles. The rare concessions made to having this outstanding collection of Chevrolet convertibles have been made only recently. The addition of a white Ron Fellows limited edition Z06 Vet and a black 2009 ZR1 Corvette are the only exceptions to the all convertible collection. Because he wanted them, and they're only available as coupes.
My dad, when I was a kid, never let me have a Corvette. He said they're dangerous, they're made out of fiberglass, and you're not going to have one of them, and he refused to let me have one. And then later on in the years, I was looking for a 58, 59, or 60 because I really liked that series. I finally found a really nice 60 Fuelie, and I started with that one, and then I just started going a few years each way, and then I just kept growing. And the hardest one of the Corvettes to find was the 53. To find one, and then lots of times from the factory they weren't right, and then to find one and get them really right. All these Corvettes are kind of unique. They all have a little bit of history to them. They're either the big blocks or one specific paint color, or I tried to not find the run-of-the-mill cars.
Collection starts with a model produced 41 years before the first Corvette ever saw the light of day. It's a 1912 model Little convertible, named after Lewis Chevrolet's founding partner, William Little. After 1912, the brand became Chevrolet, and one of each year can be found in the Allbaugh collection. But Corvette enthusiasts will immediately gravitate to one wing of the Allbaugh collection as a double line of C1s, C2s, and C3s face off in a rainbow of Corvettes, representing the first 30 years or so of production. Counting the non-convertible Z06 and the ZR1, the Corvette's total is pushing toward an inevitable 3 dozen, all in the condition that gawkers first saw them when they filled showroom floors. And if you have the ability to put together a collection like this, what's the most fun about it?
It's probably coming over here at night and turning the lights on and walking around and enjoying each one of the cars.
He's about the only one who gets to do that. The collection is not open to the public.
Special thanks to Dennis Allbaugh and his staff for allowing us an up-close and personal glimpse of an amazing collection of Corvettes and GM convertibles.
Hey, this is Bill Stevens for Maria Prekagis and Michael Brown. Thanks for watching. See you next time on Corvette Nation.